Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the latest episode of Supernatural War of the Worlds. And I liked this episode, but I also kind of had problems with it. My main issue with it was it seemed that there was almost too much at once going on. I liked what they were doing with Castiel and Lucifer and the Winchesters and Asmodeus. But I felt that this episode was a little bit too packed together with what was going on. So, one of the big storylines we got was with Lucifer and Michael in the alternate dimension. We see that Michael is using his powers and seeing our world and wants it and wants to rule over it. And Lucifer just needling him and just being an asshole to him, having him in this kind of weird kind of Iron Maiden-like thing and just like torturing him. Then we get to him trying to figure out how to get there. And they have a Kevin. They bring him in and he's similar to our Kevin, but he is really just kind of keyed up because he is in a really crappy place. But it was so nice to see even a version of Kevin again. Just, alright, I've been translating the tablets and everything, trying to figure out what this can do. To do this, I'm going to need a bit of Archangel Grace, and since you haven't given any, and haven't been able to do anything with this. So what do? They take some from Lucifer. This greatly weakening him. So this Kevin does everything together, pops it up. Lucifer, of course, sees a chance. Pop-a-dope. Goes in and goes through, and then the portal's gone, and Kevin's like, oh, who would have thought it would have just been for one person? And Michael's fix it. One problem that comes in with this is we don't know what's going on with Mary. They had Lucifer, but we don't know where Mary is, if they've done anything with her, what's going on with her. So I kind of would have liked a little tidbit of that, but overall not that big of a problem as of this moment. So Lucifer comes back, he's like, yeah, I'm back. And you can see his fun interactions. He's like, where am I? Who? What time? All that kind of stuff. This lady's like, oh, here's the money and everything. Honey, like, baby, I'm Lucifer. And snaps his fingers, but he can't do anything. He's like trying to do stuff. And he's got no power. He's got no juice, kind of. So we just leave him there at the moment, kind of like wondering, trying to figure out, alright. Trying to figure out Jack. We then also get to see Asmodeus trying to meditate and reach out to Jack to no avail. But he at one point does feel that Lucifer is back. He's like, ooh, okay, this is interesting. And kind of goes off that way. While this is going on, we see that the Winchesters are still trying to find evidence of Jack with Castiel, and they're just like, well, Castiel put forth the evidence. Well, maybe the lack of evidence is a good sign, because if he had died, there would have been some kind of like cataclysm or something, because he's a super powerful being. I doubt him dying wouldn't set off some kind of Richter scale somewhere. So Castiel says that he's got his kind of connections with the angels. He's going to go figure out what's going on, see if they can locate him. Says that they wanted him to come alone, not to spook off, and they're like, alright, while this is going on, they pretty say like, well, maybe we should work a case. This was kind of the weakest bit of the episode, though the payoff at the end worked off, because all these witches were being kind of like ritualistically kind of killed. And they're like, alright, we're gonna go check that out. So they go to check it out, and this other witch is like, alright, I know you're hunters, you gotta help me. And she was the only one that escaped. And they're able to go in and search through the databases and find out that it's Ketch. And this is kind of surprising because Mary killed Ketch. And not just, oh, pretend, not pretend killed, but like, fake out death. She like capped him in the head, man. So they pretty much set up a trap and catch him, take him back to the bunker, and interrogate him to find out what's going on. He says that he is the twin brother of the Ketch that they dealt with, and that he didn't want to go into the men of letters, and he's more of a soldier of fortune, and he is doing these killings for his employer. But see, the thing that tipped him off was that the witch also said that he was looking for Rowena. And it's, why would he be looking for Rowena? It's a kind of intriguing question. So they're trying to figure out what's going on with that. And they're seeing all the databases. They see this paper trail, and we see this funny bit where Ketch is still chained up to eating a sandwich, and he's like, dude, what the hell? So this is kind of where their part intersects back with Castiel, after we've seen that Castiel went to speak with the Angels, and we get a very important tidbit of information. They want Jack because angels are going extinct. No new angels have been created, and they want to essentially use him as an angel-making machine, which really throws into the contrast of how dire the situation for angels are. If this other Michael is able to break into our dimension, the angels wouldn't be able to put up an effective resistance then. He could even just threaten taking out a portion of their force, and then you have to be able to submit because nobody's creating new angels. That puts them in a very interesting and kind of unique situation on the back foot, and I kind of like that was their motivation for wanting to go for Jack. So, as they're about to try and take Castiel, Lucifer shows up and kind of is able to turn his eyes and kind of saves Castiel. And, listen, we gotta talk. So, this was another kind of cool part of the episode. Them just kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty, kind of talking about stuff, Lucifer being his ass self, Cass just being kind of freaked out because we still don't know the extent of if he has any angel powers or not. I wish Lucifer had been like, you know what, I killed you, and he would have known that angels would have been thrown in the empty, and would want to inquire about, like, dude, I killed you, how did you come back? Now, granted, God has resurrected Castiel multiple times, but usually it's been from other kinds of situations. So he's learning about Jack being his name, wondering how powerful he is. And at this point, of course, they get to the phone with Cass and figure out that he's there. Lucifer is able to kind of shut him down a little bit before he gets too much information away. And they're just trying to figure out. Lucifer is afraid of Michael coming in and taking over this world. And so he's pretty much on their team again, kind of similar to the Amara situation with the darkness. And we have to find Jack, train him up so that he's strong enough to defeat this other Michael when he comes. And Lucifer's scared. The only time we'd seen him really this scared was with the darkness and Amara. But since he's been weakened by this Michael, and this Michael seems to be stronger than him, at least at this point, he has deduced that I need help, I need friends, we need to make sure that we can get through this. And make sure that our world is not fucked up by this dude. At this point, that's when Asmodeus comes in and pretty much lays down the law. Lucifer, of course, is trying to puff himself up and be like, just call him pretty much a servant and a dog and all that. But he's like, nope, I kind of need you guys. And afterwards, we see him kind of talking. It's like, I'm good to have Castiel and Lucifer. Castiel for the Winchesters, Lucifer just in case for a rainy day. And of course, Sam and Dean are able to go to the bar. They get jumped on by the demons, but Ketch comes in and kind of saves Sam. But this is where we find out that it's actually the Ketch that Mary and them had killed. He had just made a deal with Rowena and had a mark similar to that she had the first time she was killed, and he was resurrected. He is looking for Rowena to recharge it. He's like, well, she's dead. They try to kill him, but he's able to escape. So they're at a situation where they don't know where Jack is, they don't know where Castiel is, and Ketch is out on the field again. So the end part of the Winchester part I like because we see that Ketch is back on the field. He is more of a soldier of fortune. And we find out that he is working with Asmodeus and the demons. That's a big kind of switch up. But, of course, the British Men of Letters screwed him over, so I guess he thought, why not go for broke and just do what I do best and kill shit. pretty much, and kill shit for some type of gain. And that's an intriguing part. Now, I wish that some of these could have been focused on their own episodes and fleshed out a little bit more. Like especially the Sam, Dean, and Ketch one could have been a little bit better executed if it maybe had been on its own. The Castiel and Lucifer one, they kind of needed the Asmodeus part, and I think if that had just been its own episode where they were just focusing on that, so that was kind of split a little bit more, we get a little bit more time with Asmodeus and kind of seeing more of his plans, I think those would have been better. I don't think this is the worst episode. This really, really advanced the plot, going for, we got to look at Michael's plans, what he is trying to do, kind of what his repertoire includes with Kevin as the prophet, and potentially getting another Kevin in the mix, seeing what the angels are at and how they are dealing with what's going on with the fall and how they have reduced in numbers and close to extinction. I just wish that there had been more time to be focused on these in their own kind of episode, but I'm glad that we had these plot points introduced, so hopefully they are more fleshed out later on going into wherever this season's arc is going, because we know Michael is going to be an important part, Asmodeus is going to be an important part, and Jack is going to be an important part, and it's going to be really cool when they all kind of like intersect and see what happens. So those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.